Mr. Kola, did you get that?
Yes, yes, sure.
Are we all together? Hello?
Mr. Coca, just a question.
Yes.
Let's say you want to apply a data type, but then the data type is in alphanumeric, that's having both letters and numbers. Which option do you think would be most appropriate?
Good question. Text. You use text.
Okay, no problem.
If you use long when you want to type text, maybe alpha, you will not be able to write alpha. If it is in text, I think even in text you can write the number, or just put it in text.
Okay.
Yeah, that is both alpha and numeric. All right, guys. So let's continue. Please make sure you open settlement. So I guess by this stage now we all know how to add a field. We have our X field, Y field, Z field, chief name, number of school, number of that, blah blah population. So now today, what I want you guys to do, we are going to edit fields. We will do edit fields today. We will do edit fields. This is very important because this forms the basis of our data. Right now, the data we have created, yes, is just visual, but it's not making any sense. So we want to give it information. Now, we want to give it attributes. So please make sure you have right click on settlement and click on attribute table. Right click on attribute table. And then now we are going to go to editing, edit attribute table. Now we want to plug in information about this. We want to now plug in information of this. So now let's say, for example, you have settlements for this area, but let's say you have a survey. When I mean a survey, like social survey, they've done a social survey of this entire area. And in that social survey, let's say, for example, this point, this village, right now, we don't know. I think Edmond, you want to say something?
Yeah, we are seeing your own data. You already have coordinates in the X core and Y core, and as long as you don't have coordinates, why?
Okay, just leave that because yesterday I calculated accordingly. Just leave it. Um, when we go to
Okay.
calculating geometry tomorrow, we'll start doing calculations of geometry. Then, hopefully, I will show you guys how to calculate coordinates, how to calculate distances, and how to calculate area. So just leave this one for now. So
Okay.
basic, yeah. So now let's say you have done a social survey, and then say for this point, for example, if you double click, please double click on your first point you created. Say for example, this settlement. Right now, I don't know the name of the settlement. I can give it any name here under name. I can give it any name, but we are going to leave this name field so that when we add our 50K Sierra Leone to poll, we will be able to know which point is this. So for now, let's keep this side, skip the X coordinates, skip the Y coordinates, skip the height. Now, let's say, for example, this village, chief name, who is the chief of this village? For now, you are going to use imaginary chief name. So, for example, for me, my first village, I will give it a chief name called Chief Edmond. So, how do I go about editing this field? Now, just double click in that field. Just double click in this column. or row. Double click here, you will see that your is being activated. Now you can write, say, Chief Edmond, and then you hit enter. Now you double click the second settlement. Who is the chief of this village? Let's say Chief John. Chief John Coker. Hit enter. And then you double click on, you see, not here, you double click on this one here at the side here. Just double click here. It will take you to the next point. Now imagine if you had received information from a social survey. They will tell you that this village, the name of this village, let's say if this village name is Mo, let's say Mokoka, for example. If the name of this village is Mokoka, on your social survey, maybe they will give you a form, and then they will say Mokoka, the name of the chief is Mr. John Coker. Say Mile 91. If this place is Mile 91, you will see the name here, Mile 91, and on the social survey form or book, you will see that you have who is the name of the chief. When they go to the town, they will ask for the name of the chief. They will do a survey of the number of schools. So you will just have to input this information now. So, but for now, because we don't have that information, we will put imaginary chief names. So please double click and write any chief name that comes to your mind. You can put your brother, you can put your auntie, you can put your co-workers. Just put any chief name. Chief Vo. And then I'll double click this one. I look at the settlement. I'll say Chief Joe. I'll click this one. So this is Chief Williams. So guys, let's edit. Let's keep editing. Double click. You can even decide to put your wife. Chief Nancy. Let's say that village, the chief there is a female. And remember, you can even put um, gender type. You can say maybe the chief of this village is a female or a male. So double click. So guys, we have a lot of points. So for now, I will leave. Let's leave this part. Let's say Chief John. Now let's leave this chief name because we will not be able to enter all the information. But this is going to be an assignment that we will have to fill some of this information. So you just put imaginary chief names. Now, for number of schools, let's say this village. If I double click this village, let's say the name of this village. I think I know this village. This is Mobimo. Now, let's say this village on my social survey. The I mean I recorded the name of the chief, and then we've done social survey within this community, and then we know that the number of schools, let's say number of schools in this community is 10. You type 10, you hit enter on your keyboard, you double click number of houses, let's say 5,000 houses, you hit enter. Number of community health centers, let's say 5, you hit enter. I think I have another field here which doesn't have a name, so I'll right click. Think it's because I'm editing. Okay. Population of this village, Mogwemo, let's say is 25,000. I hit enter. You see? Now, double click. I will double click on the second one. This is Moriba Town. Moribaton. This is Moribatown. I'll hit enter. The name of the chief is Chief John Coker. And the number of schools. I already have my social survey that tells me Moribatan, they have 50 schools. So I'll double click here and type 50. I hit enter on my keyboard. Number of um, houses. I'll say 15,000. So guys, put in any name, any number that comes to your mind. Put in any number that comes to your mind, guys. 56,000. Let's say here, which village is this? I don't know this village name, but I'll just write say more. Let's say which one? Let's say Johntown. Johntown. The chief is Chief Vo. Number of schools in that town, let's say 2. Number of health centers, let's say 0. No, number of houses, let's say 200. Number of community health centers, let's say 0. Population, let's say 500. Hit enter. So, gentlemen, this is how you feel. You edit all of this information up until down here. So these are called attribute editing. We edit the attribute. Remember guys, each point is just a representation of a village. But that village, there are different attributes associated to that village, i.e., the coordinate of that village, the chief of that village, number of schools in that village, number of houses in that village, number of males in that village, number of females in that village, number of community health centers, number of football fields, political parties in that village. So you will have multiple number of school going children, number of dropouts, number of pregnant women. You have all these fields, and then you will populate them. You will, if you do a social survey, you will now take your form. Once you double click this one, this village. That is the name of the village. You write the name of the village. You type, and then the chief. Then you input all of this information in. Now you are beginning now to build your data. Now, when you are done, when you are done editing, I know please stop for now. Stop editing for now. If you are done, please go to table. Remember, you are working with table. Remember, we are still working with table. So when you are done editing or you complete your editing, you go to table, the table ribbon. I think we should be able to. No. Don't go to table, please. Go to edit. We are under edit because we are editing our table now. Please go to edit. Under edit, you will see the save edit. Please click on edit. Click on edit and then save. Because what we are doing now, we are editing our table. So you go to edit and then you go to save. So once you save, you have now successfully saved all your edits you have made. Even if you close this map now, you will still have all of this information. Are we together? Mr. Sano, is Mr. Sano on the call? Mohammed Sano, are you okay? All right, I think everyone is okay with this. Um, if I want to continue editing my table, let's say I go for lunch and I come back, I want to continue editing my table. I will click on this point and then double click on this point. It will take me to the village. And then let's say I have my Sierra Leone K tuple now. I will say this is, for example, I'll double click in their name. I'll say Yanga Tuk, and then I'll hit enter on my keyboard. And then the name of the chief, I'll say Chief Sano. I'll hit enter. Number of schools in his village, 0. Number of houses, 190 or 290. Enter. Number of health centers, community health centers, 1. Population, 560. I hit enter. Once I am done, because this is editing now, I've edited my table. I'll go to edit. I'll go to save edit. So I'm now done with editing. So this is how we save the edit for point. Now, close settlements. Close settlements. Let's try to open road network. Right click on road network. Open attribute table. Open attribute table. Remember yesterday I said if you want to move the table, you can left click and bring your arrow here, and then you left click, you hold, and then you drag. Now, let's say I want to give names to this road network. I want to give names. So for now, we don't have
Again on it. Yes, again on it. Attribute.
say again.
Again on the attribute. Yes.
Yeah, on the attribute, you right click and open the attribute. Right click and open attribute. All right. Now let's say we want to rename. We want to give these lines names. So all you do, for example, for this polyline, the first one, you double click the first one. It will take you to the line you have created. It will even highlight the line. Your first line, double click on street name. Give it any street name. I'll give this Waterloo. Guys, you can decide to give it any name. Water Street. And then I'll double click here. Take me to the next line. Let's say this is Water Street. This is still Water Street. So it's just a continuation. So I'll just give it Water Street. We all have different lines, so you do not have to follow my own names, conventional names. These are just imaginary names. So all the street names you see on Google Map or Street Map, this is what they do. They edit them, and then when they upload them to the website, you see the street names on the lines. So, but this is the foundation. This is where everything starts. They create lines, they digitize lines, and then they give them names. And then once they give them names, they upload to the database or to the website, and then this is what we see on the web pages like Google Map, Street Map, and stuff like that, or even on our phones. So here is the foundation. This is where I start. Yes, because when I looked at my line, the line I created, when I this line I selected, you see this line I selected. For me, I started digitizing from this side. When I click this line, the second line, I noticed that it is just a continuation of the road. So I just say, okay, if this is Water Street, I'll just continue giving this name Water Street. You do not have to give your you do not have to give your street the same names with mine. You can decide to give it any name. It's your discretion. Okay. Okay. So let's say this is my second line. For me, I can decide to give it any name. I can decide to give this one John Lane, for example. Then I hit enter. I double click on this line. This is Mokoa Road. Mokoa Road. I hit enter. I double click on this. I'll put this one Ishmael Lane. Guys, use any name that comes to your mind. Kuruma Street. Mhm. I'll click this one. I will say Bio Street. So this is how we give names to these lines. Dean Lane, uh, Coca Street. Hit enter. Now, please save your edit. You go to edit and save your edit. Go to edit and save your edit. I want us to add another field. I want us to add another field because we only have two fields. We have street name and we have distance. Let's wait for Kylie to join. Kylie, welcome back. Um, I want us to add another field. Please go to edit and save your edit. Save your edit. Go to edit and save. Now, if you have saved your edit, please let's add a new field. Let's add another field to this. So you go to add field. Please add, say, road type, road underscore type, road type. Hit enter. Data type. Select text, and then you hit enter. When you are done, please save. Field, save. Save the modifications to this table. And then when you save, please close the field network. Now we have additional field now called rule type. is is anyone left behind, please?
Yeah, for most of us who are just joining, there was a break.
All right, I said that you should stop editing the street name. For example, if you were on this, let's say you double click here, if you were saying George, George Street, you press enter, and then I said you go to field, you go to edit, and then you say save. Now you have saved your edit. Now what I said was we had two fields, street name and distance, km. I said we should add another field. I've already added the field row type. So I said you should go to add, and then you write row type. Type row type, and then for the data type, I say select text. When you are done, please go to field, save. You are already on that field, so you don't have to come and click field. You're already on that field. Just go to save. You go to save, and then you close the field road network. And then now you have the road type. Are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page? Okay. So for road type, I want us to. So what you have to do is please click on your first line, your first polyline. Double click on your first polyline that you created under your table. If you double click, it will take you to the road. Remember, this is a road. Now, road type, you can decide to give it, let's say, tarred and untarred, or paved or unpaved. So road type, let's say this road, I'm assuming that Water Street is a tarred road. So I will double click in there and I'll say tarred road. Then I will hit enter. I have another Water Street here, so I will say tarred road, or maybe I'll say untarred road. Let's say this portion of Water Street is untarred, so I'll put on untarred road. Then I'll hit enter. Now I'll double click this one. Let's say I'll decide to give it tag. Guys, you don't have to follow what I'm doing. Do just use your own discretion. I'll decide to give this one on tag. Imagine you are working at let's say the Ministry of Infrastructure or roads, for example. You have roads within the city, and then you digitize roads within Freetown, for example. And then when you digitize all the roads within Freetown, and then you have your social survey guys who will go and check each of these roads, say this road is a third road, or based on these FIDs or the IDs that you give them, say this road is on tag. Then they bring that information to you in the office. You sit down and then you type in those names. This one, Mokowa Road, is on tag, and then you type on tag.
Mr. Abukai, quick question, please.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just realized that whilst adding the fields, this part doesn't work, and instead we use the underscore. But whilst editing the fields, the space bar works correctly. Is that conventional?
Yeah, yes. Yes. So for row type, you can decide to give it any, just type anything that you want to type. All right, let's stop for now. We have 2 minutes. Now save your edit. Save your edit. All right, so you see, guys, this is how we edit our tables. We have edited our settlements. We have also edited our road network. So the assignment is, let's go and type all the street names, the data you have created, the lines you have created, give them imaginary street names, and then give them imaginary road type. For the settlement, for the settlement name, just leave it blank for now, because tomorrow we will use the CLN50K topo. How to use the CLN50K topo? I'll now save my edit. We'll use the CLN50K topo to give them the exact names of these points. Yeah. So the assignment is, please go and continue giving the chief names, the number of schools, put any number, and then for the road network, just give it name, any name, and then the road type, just give it any road type, imaginary road type. So make sure you save your edit, guys. Make sure you save your edit. Um, I think this is where we will stop for. This is where we will stop for today. So please continue to practice. You will see that some of this data we will start utilizing them as we go on. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining today. You will have the videos online. Okay. All right.